beautiful Thursday evening. Once again, you're welcome to our studios at MX24 TV here in the hearts of East Legon. And I like the way we are situated. We are situated near the mall, so it's always really good. If you want to catch some food, it's always so good. But you know, I know we always say this for women, especially. But today, I want to ask the men, married men to be precise. What at all do you guys want from ladies? What do you want in a lady? What do you want from women? What edges, what compels a married man to cheat on his wife? And I feel like a lot of the stories that we have dealt with in the past couple of weeks on Broken Pen have literally centered around married men. Why? What is it? What is this? Married men will tell us what it is that you want. But guys, remember, you can join the conversation on all of our social media platforms at MX24G8. But do not forget to use the hashtag Broken Pen, or you can send us your messages via our WhatsApp number 0550-331-511. 0550-331-511. Of course, my name is Yavita, and I'm trying to fix tonight's Broken Pen with two pretty ladies. The first one is she's also a TV host, and I am absolutely honored to have her on my set. I've got Abba Guy. Abba not today. See the fancy. You don't get the hype around fancy people. You don't get it. But don't worry, you will understand very soon. Abba, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
You're wonderful. How has your week been like?
It's been stressful, you understand the job?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, here, moving from one place to the other, trying to sort some businesses out and all that. But it's been good.
It's been good.
It's been good.
Hallelujah. Somebody say good. Hallelujah.
Amen.
And of course, I've got another woman, hardworking woman. She's not a stranger to our screens. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got life coach and general manager at Mac Felix Foods, Akosia Nana Lexus Opoku Ajiman. When I'm always mentioning this name, I'm happy because I wanted a long name. I wanted a long ass name, but they gave me two bets. So my friend is like, hi Nana.
Hello, yeah.
Did you bring me some plantain chips? Anna,
we'll talk about that one after the
Let us one baby, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to talk plenty. Thank you so much for joining me on this set. I am really honored to have you guys tonight. But guys, before we start, Telecel says you're about to have the world at your fingertips and more, because the wait is finally over. Telecel is here. Now you have everything you want and need. Stress-free and reliable communication, money transactions via Telecel Cash, transforming your big business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business and more. Connect with Telecel and enjoy a world of endless possibilities, because with Telecel, there is no limit to connections. Telecel, connecting energies. And I've always been saying this, and I'm going to hammer it once again. As part of our ongoing effort for the Cross It Out campaign, we are seeking to cross out the fear, the stigma, and the risks associated with breast cancer through our Cross It Out campaign. The campaign is still on, and we're taking it a step further to support breast cancer patients by raising funds to support treatment and surgeries through our partnership with Mayuko. Through the Mayuko platform, people from all over the world, you and I can contribute to this life-saving cause. You can make donations via multiple payment options, making it easy for anyone, anywhere, through mobile money, through bank. Those of you that are rich, that you have bank accounts, you can do it. Those of us that we are minimal, we use our mobile money. But if you want to do cash too, just don't give it to me. You understand? But to donate, visit myeco.com or mx24.app/donate. For more information, you can contact us via email at info@mx24gh.com, or you can WhatsApp or call us via the number 0243 963 539. Our Broken Pen tonight is titled My Wife Won't Mind Me. Let's try to fix this after this short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop?
Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
There is a business in every woman. And then she works, juggling all that matters to her in seeming effortlessness. One thing is for sure, there is a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Accelerate your growth with finance and investment initiatives. Extend your reach with a free business website, access to digital and physical marketplace. Be empowered through exclusive networking and thought leadership platforms. Enjoy bonus reward with our Red Loyalty and lots more. To benefit from this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Welcome, guys, to repair this broken pen from our studios here at MX24. Of course, we've got Max, Calabash, and Cocktail today. They're serving us some fruit juice. You know, I mean, it's a big contrast to what I'm wearing, but that's beside the point. But Max says, embrace that enchanted spectacle that will leave memories worth repeating with your guests. What's your vibe or take in life? No matter your vibe or take to life, we've got you covered. Your best plug for all your local and cocktail bar treats. You can call them on 0241 487 904. Or you can text them on their social media handles, ZicoPie on Instagram and TikTok. Let me remind you, this is a very interactive show, so do not forget to, share your opinions, your sentiments, your reactions on all our social media platforms at MX24GH with the hashtag Broken Pen, or you can do that on WhatsApp via the number 0550 331 511. And now to today's story.
Dear MX24, I will appreciate if your viewers and readers could help me and advise me on this particular issue. I'm an accomplished man working in one of the best financial institutions in this country. I have been married to this beautiful lady for the past 9 years, and we have an amazing daughter, Kukwa. My wife is very devoted and committed to keeping our home. Because she works in a bank, her work schedule is also very crazy, yet she makes time for my bedroom needs, home needs, and all other forms of needs. Being a man, you would admit that it isn't easy at all. The pressures of life, taking care of families, work, and other beautiful women coming your way. But I have remained and tried my best to remain faithful to my wife. The financial year was about wrapping up, and my office had planned a retreat together with other managers from the industry to discuss issues. We went all the way to a resort in Akosombo for this retreat. The last day of the retreat, it was time for socialization. We were to network. Dancing was going to be in the game. entertainment. There's going to also be a lot of meat, drinks, and others. I dressed up and went to the location. Immediately I entered, my eyes just switched up and landed on this well-endowed lady. I was taken aback the whole time by her beauty and how she danced, and also I was awestruck that I kept staring at her the entire time and completely driven by her huge backside as well. We spoke just for a little while, exchanged contact, and that was it. We all left Akosombo and returned back to Accra to continue our lives as usual. However, one day returning from work, I got a call, only to find out it was from Priscilla. Yes, the lady I met in Akosombo. We laughed and spoke till I got home. I realized I became comfortable speaking with this particular lady. We spoke about any and everything, from relationships to sex position, and even money. You can even add up business and more. Maybe I was just comfortable around her because she was younger, and all I wanted to know is more about her. We started planning to go out, meet, hang out, talk, and hey, who would have thought that what would happen would happen? One Saturday, while at home, my wife asked to use my laptop to catch up on one of her favorite series on Netflix. Listen, we are married. We do share a family account. So I said, go right on, baby. Guess what? I logged into my WhatsApp right before handing the laptop to her, not thinking of what I was about to do. All this while, I started chatting Priscilla, arranging to meet with her somewhere in East Legon. My WhatsApp notifications kept on going off on my laptop as well. Yes, your guess is now as good as mine. My wife read it all, but she never uttered a word, never hinted at even knowing what was going on. She kept quiet and continued being the loving wife she has always been. The day came for us to meet at a specific place with my new mistress. I told my wife I had a couple of meetings. She knew perfectly well I was telling lies, but she quickly responded nicely, gave me the usual kiss, and wished me luck. Look at me, feeling good. Imagine going out to cheat, yet getting a good luck kiss from my wife. Well, she followed me because she had all the details. From the location down to the room number, she knew it all. She was on the laptop reading the conversation as I finalized everything with Priscilla. I got to the location, took the room keys, and my mistress arrived few minutes after. We spoke for a while, drank, and made out. Hey! We lay together in the bed under the cover cloth for a while. I was just feeling uneasy. I had to admit I had cheated. I heard a knock on the door. I went to open, and to my utmost surprise, there stood my wife. She looked straight into my eyes, and I was just shivering like a fowl out of hot water. Like how? How could she have possibly found all this out? I dropped to the floor and apologized. Baby, I can explain. I did not even finish my sentence when she ran off, shut the door behind her. I quickly rushed home, but she was nowhere to be found. Unfortunately, my wife did not return home that night. I was extremely worried. She had both her phones switched off. I could not even call her parents to check up on her because it would mean I'm reporting myself to them. So I just stayed at home with anxiety, just cursing myself out for what I had just done. She had gone to stay with one of her friends, I later found out, where she cried her eyes and heart out because she couldn't believe what had happened. This virtuous woman who had given everything to her husband and her home as a whole. She came home the following afternoon, looking all bright, as if nothing had completely happened. She ignored all my attempts at trying to render an apology, but she kept going around her daily activities. I then began to get confused. the next day, exactly what was happening. I woke up to the smell of cake coming out of the kitchen. Apparently, my daughter had been brought back by my wife and they were baking my favorite cake in such a situation. I looked at my wife and saw her smiling, looking so sweet in that dress, and spoke calmly saying, "Hey, have a seat, babe. Breakfast will soon be served." I couldn't believe my ears. "Hope you slept well, babe. I've missed you." She walked to me and gave me a kiss. That was when my heart started beating more than ever. Why was my wife being so nice to me? What exactly is going on here? The woman who caught me half naked with another woman was actually making me breakfast and cracking jokes as if nothing had ever happened. Oh Lord, is this my end? I began to shiver. I started asking questions. Was she planning to poison me with the food she was cooking? Was this going to be my end? Is this my ultimate punishment? This has been going on for the past 3 months. My wife has been extra nice to me, and I'm starting to lose my mind. Anytime I try to talk about what happened, she just switches the topic. She changes it to something else. I've gone to the mile of bringing her gifts and doing everything in my possible way to say sorry. She just won't mind me. It's really clear my wife doesn't want us to talk about what happened. But to me, it's making me feel really uneasy. What does she want? And how is she going to carry out her plan, if any? Now, she doesn't even want to have sex with me anymore. Just last night, I initiated foreplay, but she just kissed me on the head, smiled, and turned back and slept off. We used to have loads of sex in the shower. Yes, in the shower, because it was and has always been her fantasy. But I just realized she now locks the door anytime she gets into the bathhouse. For the first time, she has started locking the door since we got married 9 years ago. I asked that she open so I joined her, but she declined. People, I'm losing my mind. Kindly help me out here. This is my broken pen. Help me, MX24. Help me. What in heaven's name is going on in my wife's head?
And there you have it, tonight's story. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you guys that when we're guest off and you need that extra boost to keep pushing forward, Cowbell Coffee is your guy. It's a rich, creamy 3-in-1 blend with a great taste and aroma that will kickstart your day. So whether you're working or you're just creating memories, or you just want to snack on something, just remember Cowbell Coffee will be there with you every moment. Remember, Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment. So, guys, I've got Abba and Nana. We know the story on ground.
Yes. Yes.
Fortunately and unfortunately, we are all women today.
Yes.
So the men, hold your because it's about to get.
Damn.
You understand? Let me start with Abba.
Okay.
This is not the first time we're hearing married men being with people outside of their marriages. What do you think it is that they are looking for?
Now, first of all, I'd like to say a very good evening to all viewers, and thank you for having me.
Thank you too for coming.
We need to have it at the back of our minds that when we're talking about cheating, cheating is not exclusive to men. Men get caught. They always say that when we're talking cheating, it's always the men. When we're talking DNA, it's the women.
It's the women.
So if the women are not cheating, how come the DNA is proving that the children are not for the men? So women are cheating, probably much more than the men.
The men.
But because a woman knows what to look for, if she wants to catch her husband cheating, she knows what to hide and how to hide it.
Oh.
A man starts cheating and the boyish in him comes out. He comes home, he's not talking to anybody, but he's sitting there all smiles and all that. The first day that a man meets a lady that he's interested in, it's written all over him. It's written all over him. Then later, when it comes to them meeting, the smells and all that is all over. Suddenly, the man who doesn't like to shave twice a week is now shaving like 5 times. You get it?
Yes.
It's easy to catch them. But cheating is not exclusive to men. When it comes to committed relationship, when it comes to marriages, you need to understand that it takes discipline to not cheat. You need to learn to make love a decision to not cheat. Your partner is not the only beautiful woman. Your husband is not the only handsome man.
Yes.
You would meet a man more handsome, more fulfilled in life than your husband. You may meet somebody whom you may even feel much more attracted to than your husband. It takes that discipline and that decision that I have decided to love this person. I have decided to stay and build a life with this person in order not to cheat. If the discipline is not there, it doesn't matter the kind of wife that you have. It can be Proverbs what woman.
Proverbs
you will cheat in multiple ways.
Different styles,
different angles. And then when you're in a committed relationship, when you are married, you need to understand that some things are just not for you.
Yeah.
I have a friend who always says that after the partying, what next? After the partying, it's mostly committing adultery or fornicating. So it is during the party that you make the decision that I am leaving. Like Denzel Washington told one Hollywood star, he says, you leave the Diddy party before the devil shows up.
Before the devil shows up, yes.
So you need to make sure you leave before the devil shows up. Yes, the woman is beautiful. Oh yes, she has a beautiful backside. Yes, but you have a wife. You need to think through. If I do this and I get caught, is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Worth it. Huh. Now let me move to Nana. Do you think there is any form, even the littlest form of justification to cheating? Because a lot of people say, oh, but you don't know the reason why our relationship got boring, our marriage got boring, my wife changed the way she used to be. Because the last time we had a similar story where a guy cheated, and he said the reason why he cheated was because after they got married, his wife stopped being as outgoing as she used to. She ties a piece of cloth around her when she's at home, so he's lost that thrill he had for her. Is that enough justification?
Not at all. Just as our co-guest is saying, it takes a lot of decision making to commit and say that I am staying with this person for the rest of my life. When you go for counseling, there are situations where we are asking you, what are you willing to trade off and what are you willing to stay with for the rest of your life? And so when you've decided that this is the person, and then in conversations sometimes people say, oh, when we are dating, it's easier for me to cheat. If you can do it in dating, then it's easier for you to do it in marriage.
Yeah.
And so there's no justification whatsoever. Once you've made a decision that this is the person, the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh, all the various promises you give to yourself, you have to learn and be intentional about sticking to that decision that you've made. Imagine the woman did it, or whoever did it. The both of you did it. There's a video trending where we've seen man and woman do their own thing, you know.
When I hear the name, then I'm happy.
And I'm asking questions like, is it a decision the two of them made? You have people finding all forms of things coming into their relationship. There are people who are doing the three-way marriages.
Yeah.
There are people who are going along with swing clubs, making sure they are bringing new faces into their marriages because that is the decision they have made. And they are sticking to it. But is it right? It's up to them. I'm not God. I'm not whoever to go judge them. It's whatever they want to make spice up their relationship. And so for the previous situation where they got stale and whatsoever, it's because there was no plan. I am sitting here thinking, okay, the childhood I didn't have, I didn't see my mother, my father experience. I want to give to my future. And so everything I want to do into getting into marriage, I want to do and do it right because I want that kind of a future. So if the man is coming with me on that journey and does not understand that in the first place, it's a wrong decision for me
to... Red flag, pa.
We cut it there. However, we have to make that intentional decision to say, hey, this is the person I'm going to be with. It's either I'm going to cultivate the person or I'm going to leave the person as what it is. And that can also help us avoid some of these divorce issues that we are facing. So there's absolutely no reason for you to cheat.
No reason to do that. Interesting. But you know, guys, you know how I mentioned that we were just ladies in there? They've gone to do and force and brought a male figure into this conversation. I'm not angry. My producer, I'll catch her at the background. But of course, we're joined by General Overseer, Apostolic Mantle Worship Center, Apostle Lincoln Labby. Apostle, thank you so much for coming, and good evening to you.
Thank you. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Now you know the story on ground.
Sorry for being late.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. You already know the story on ground, and so I'm just going to bounce off the questions that I've already asked them, and then just delve into, a little tete-a-tete with you. So we're talking about cheating, married people, men cheating, women cheating. A lot of time, people give justifications to the reasons why they're cheating. And then again, time and time again, we hear that people say, oh, I cheated, but I love my partner. Is it possible to love your partner while you are actively cheating on them?
Cheating comes when trust is broken. Cheating comes when disappointment comes. Now, what do you tell the person from the beginning? If I meet you and I tell you something, this is who I am. And I just got close because of what you told me. Now I got close and I realized that what you told me is wrong. Then the mind will be ruling. Then that person will be compared to cheat. The reason why he or she will cheat is that, number one, when the church will not, will try to convince you not to divorce, who franks on divorce or whatever. So if he channeled into that angle, church will say no. Now he is also stuck in it. What can I do? Then let me go and make myself happy somewhere. Watch this. Sometimes normally this thing happens with maybe their exes. I'm married. Oh, I thought the guy is good, the guy can do it. No, it's opposite. Then let me go and look for my ex. I've seen the issues whereby couples, both of them are married, but they are cheating.
Wow.
Yeah, they're married. So that issue came before me, and in fact, I usually use the word you are a demon because the lady got married, the guy also got married. 5 years down the line, they met again. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I think. They met again.
Old feelings will start.
Yes, and they started. Now they started where you used to do this. I didn't get this thing here. This kind of things goes on. Then they started, and they did it over and over for about 2 years.
Wow.
So sometimes it depends. When we should be careful the way we attack people who cheat. Nobody just gets up and cheats. We should be careful. Now, if I don't enjoy my marriage, maybe you started with something, you started giving me something. You know you cannot sustain it. Why do you start?
But what if in a situation where both of them love themselves, both of them have shown a true reflection? I don't know what else could go beyond a truer reflection of themselves. They've gotten to know their likes and dislikes. They know each other through and through. You get into a marriage, the first few years are happy. Husband says, oh, I'm going on a trip, I'll be right back. He comes back, you notice there are some changes. You try to put your eye down, do some investigations, and then you find out that he's cheating on you. And you're wondering, what is it that he wants?
Do you know, human beings metaphors. So me, I don't believe in the fact that I know the person. If you come before me for a counseling, and I ask you how long have you been, they say 10 years, 5 years, what's that? You don't know the person.
You still don't know the person.
No, don't lie to yourself. You don't know the person. Human being changes based on the condition they go through. So if you said, I know, you know Lincoln, you don't know, you just put something and you see some attitude will be coming out. So you don't know me. I change based on condition. Let me tell you something, when you lose a job, the way you go about things will change. So many things will come in. Now, assuming the person loses his job, now the person has found a certain lady who, you know, okay, I want to offer you a job, you know, you are working, and the lady also is interested. Do you understand? Interest comes in. So this kind of, that's what I said, this kind of thing is a different thing altogether. But you can love, I can love you. But I'll meet somebody that it will just click.
So then what do you do in that situation?
So what you have to do is that's what I'm saying. That
you see, also for Otacha Prudementi,
no. Listen, that is why you need to play high level of resistance.
Also, there are men who are cheating for cheating's sake. Just because they want their wives, and you ask yourself, why is he cheating?
Beautiful, respectful.
There are men who are married but living like single men out there. Every Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, they're in the clubs, picking girls, one after the other, sending their side chicks, one after the other. They are cheating to resort, flying out of the country for holidays and all that. And they are doing this for cheating's sake. That's it.
And then they run back to their wives.
And they run back to their wives. And not because the wife is not doing this, not because the wife would tie wrapper around her chest when she's in the house, not because the wife is not cooking. No, they are cheating for cheating's sake. That is it.
That's what I'm saying. That I am not saying that you not cheat. There are some people that automatically, as for them, they are ordained to cheat.
Hey, also ordained to cheat,
from the day they were born.
Even the enemy, the devil himself knows that this boy there.
Where the day? What's even the
There are some people like that.
So they won't get married.
Such a person, it's a red flag for you, the lady. Let me tell you something. If that person is a cheater, if you are going out with a cheater, the first 6 months or 1 year, you know.
But some people know how to cover up.
No, that's a lie. Then listen to me. If you know that you are going to get married to such a person, first 6 months, 1 year, there are red flags you have to see. Small ones. And when it's come, don't overlook it. Go into it. But you know the problem is that ladies doesn't go into it. Why are you waving a woman? See, these are some of the things. You are driving, you are with a lady. No, show me. These are the issues you have to look at. So this guy, can I stay with? That's what I said, it's various. You see, this one also is there. He's a, as I said, ordained cheater. He's the cheater.
He's the cheater.
And there are some people that they just don't enter into it. They don't know anything. Something compels him to do that.
Do it. Why can't that same something not compel them to do it? Because I want to understand why you look at your wife.
If I'm married to you,
so
if I'm married to you, watch this. If I'm married, that is why I always tell people that the church, one way or the other, has failed.
In what way?
Yes. Do you know we tell people in the church we don't encourage dating in the church? 2, Do you know we don't encourage sex before marriage?
Yeah.
I have a Church of Pentecost background because that's where I accepted Jesus Christ. And so, somewhere 88, 89, 90s going, you dare not to hold a woman. Even if you hold a woman like you sin.
Times have changed though now.
No, that's what I'm telling you that. I'm telling you what is happening. So it is the church. We inculcated this thing from the church. Let me tell you something. Let me set myself an example. At the age of 28 years, I was raped.
You were
raped? Okay.
I'm sorry. I
should get a At the age of 27, 28, I didn't know any woman. Because of where I'm coming from. It's about prayer. Maybe you read your books you study your books for school as a student, go after school, church, after school. So even me being a man of God, right from school. Right from school, so far my friends say, you are not saying man of God, right from school. So I don't know. Let me tell you something what happened. When the thing happened, in fact, she also started giving me things.
Oh, she was baiting.
So you realize that's what I'm saying, that people fall into those. Yes. Into these things. Out of petty things that you can be attracted to. Now, and by the time you realize, you fall into it.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. When it happened, I went to the elder. And I was crying, and I said, I narrated the story. I said, hey, what she has said. So now, in that time, you don't see these weave-ons like the way, it's not common. So now that woman put on that weave-on. And so they said,
orientation.
Orientation. So this is where it's coming from. I'm telling you, listen, there are people that have certain, listen, the same person. I have a friend, we all grew up in the city. He entered into a certain marriage, it didn't work out. Now he's cheating. He cheats like he's drinking water.
Wow.
So, also with that, right? This is what I think.
Yeah.
A lot of people go into marriage with a certain expectations. Like Osofo mentioned earlier, there are some red flags that you need to see. As I'm sitting here, I know when I get married, I know the kind of home that I want. I've ended some relationships that to people were perfect relationships.
Yes.
But to me,
it wasn't.
It wasn't.
You are the only person that knows.
To me, it wasn't. But then, a lot of people get into relationship. I think these few days, there has been a trending thing where Calibos was saying that the lady that he was in a relationship
he dated
with
for a long time.
They dated for a long time, but then future-wise, they were not going the same way, and people did not understand him.
Yes. Because he said that the longevity doesn't determine whether
the longevity doesn't determine. I know what I want. I will not come and get married because somebody says I should get married. Because somebody is coming to give me pressure. Hell no. In fact, nobody can even tell me that. Apart from my children, there is absolutely nobody on the surface of this earth who can stand in front of me and ask me about when are you getting married.
When are you getting married?
Are you the one who is going to pay for the bill? Tell them. Nobody can ask me that question until I see what I want in a man. As I'm sitting here, I have listed, I want a man who would be physically present, mentally present, emotionally present, financially
present.
You get it? The whole thing, the only role the man plays is at the end of the month, they bring in money. They bring in money.
More to it than just
so when a man fulfills that part, he thinks he's done.
He's done.
Yeah. And it has become a norm for the average Ghanaian man. In fact, most Ghanaian men to believe that once you're married, then you get your side. You sort wifey out, you sort side out. Then when you finish, you start going about. also was saying that some people cheat because they fall short, like they find something. I remember I went out with some friends some time ago. This is a personal experience. Then a guy came. When I'm going out, in my mind, I'm going out. In my purse, I have money to pay for my drinks. I'm not going out to go and look for who to pay for my drinks.
Wait, I know what TikTok.
You get it.
One or train a man for hey, sister.
Who bet you am a drink? I'm a man. I will say, oh, me who kind. So me baby. I wanted to come out. I am out. I want to pay. Now somebody comes and then this person will whisper, next week I want to take you out of Ghana for a holiday. Then in my mind I'm like, are you mad? Are you okay?
I don't signboard woman who
am signboard if your mama dog catch you there. Because impediment to come what tumususu. What tumususu na me de to kwan. Enya wo na enyim be able to kwan. 50-50 you get it. Enya wo na enyim be able to kwan. But like I was saying earlier, people get into marriages without even knowing the exact thing to expect. And then they have this thing stuck in their head. As for my husband, hey, he can never cheat. Hey, daughter of evil who soon to the church. My buffer for lay, Nenipa. Hey, that is what I'm buffer for lay, Nenipa.
That's what I'm trying to tell you that. Human beings metaphor. That is based on conditions. Now, as that is how God has made us, especially men. We will see. Then I said,
and you like,
and we like. That is manful.
The way you accepted it, and we like, and they like.
Yes, let me tell you something. Don't let anybody deceive you. Even we, when we are doing church, we see them, we say,
as for you, I have a question I want to ask.
As for you, also for dear.
No, I'm not married.
Yeah, well, elders, what's such up with them? What can you know?
Because I want to understand your stance. You understand? That's what I want to know. I've already explained that. She wants this, and that.
No, let me tell you something. The fact that I'm a man of God doesn't mean that I don't know things.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay, also for
don't get it twisted. Hey. It's a lie. I've had a canton whereby somebody came for, you know, in my house I've done the altar that people can come there and pray and whatever. Now, somebody came with, you know, you wear some straight dress that there's I'll call it net, I don't know.
The ones with the okay.
You know, once he came, I gave her a cloth to put on.
To tie.
No, but that's so full.
And that's all that was. But you know, then she asked me why. I'm saying, you know what? You are my taste of woman. If you don't take care, the prayer will turn to different story. And she started laughing. That's why I said I want to end with. That's why I wanted to end with play high level of resistance. Who said we don't see them? We feel them. When you go after preaching, when you go back, so many things go to your mind.
I say bits and puppets, not the word. Or preaching, not a type of a girl. Not in the name.
Let me tell you something. People even come to church that they will give you support to them, sometimes financial support, and you'll be compelled to go out with them.
Just because you feel indebted to them.
You have to. That's what. So when I look at people that talk to men of us, they don't know how the thing is. If they know, they will even pity for us. People doesn't mean if you are married to a person doesn't mean a fast out. Listen. It's fine. Listen.
Most of why your altar or home no man in me as a woman, not being the churchy person that I am, if I'm taking that bit away from me as a woman, as a human being, I see that as a red flag.
Yes.
Because my home is my personal space.
No, the reason why we moved the church to that place. We moved the church to them house.
Oh, okay.
So, and the altar, we did about 21 days fasting. So it's like the altar is consecrated.
Okay.
And when people come there, they get their miracles and whatever. That's why I said, okay, then let's leave it. So that you can just my gate. I don't lock the gate. It's just there.
So like I said,
but my house. No, it's not a red flag because
not a red flag.
You have a high level of resistance.
No.
You can open your door. You can open your door.
Or your honor no who the red flag.
She's talking about high level of resistance.
It is a red flag for me because I'm me demo, I'm me fear no. There is a be hormone. You see, I don't know me post to be on social media there. Nowadays, we've made it look like everything that happens in our homes, we bring it out. You need to understand that the moment that somebody loves you, they let their guard down around you. A man will be with a wife, or better in a week. This is between the two of you.
Just for the laughs around the house.
I expect that he should be playful like that. He should feel comfortable enough to do these things. Not because all tebi wo fi anko fo wo bompe wo ho maybe I know be the nitla aka to wo ne we so week.
No, that's why I said, you ask me then I'll explain. The reason is that it's not every day that you have to be coming there.
And so you will lock carbon.
No, it's not every day. Like we can do it Tuesday, you can come around and pray.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Maybe Friday, Thursday for instance, today for instance, people came back, was in the house.
Oh, okay. So you
see, I sort of
listen, maybe it's locked, but the gate is open. I don't. So, okay, you are coming. You call. Okay, I'll be with you. Go there. Go stand out there. Maybe when the 30th to me, I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Okay. So normally, my bar is outside, and then my room, and then my hall. It's a free animal. So you can do a prayer until you feel now. And this is even somebody house. The next day, this is the kind of cabin. So I am. Yes. So I mean, much, and even is my number one enemy.
Hey.
Yes. Going for
Don't show.
So the physics comes from house.
Oh, okay.
So I know people are worried. Observers are worried.
Observers are worried. I think let's come back on the theme now. I want to start with Nana. Put yourself in the shoes of our anonymous writer. Let's assume you are the spouse that cheated. How do you go about the guilty conscience, seeing as your wife has seen everything, literally everything that you have done? How do you deal with the conscience?
Being me as Nana, I love transparency. Even with relationships, I don't wait for the following day to talk about things. Once I offend, I know that I have to apologize. I know that I need to find a common ground for us to speak about it, because problem to whom I did don't know.
Yeah.
Or build up.
Exactly. Something else.
I wouldn't being in the man's shoes. I wouldn't wait. Even them done ma.
Oh, near the
Mesana kadam pen in the also kadam pen mu kaka John Juan na oru kofi akapacho. Man na maka
under the covers. He was under the covers.
I would never do that. I will quickly run after the woman and apologize. For whatever reason I'm cheating, and I could tell you somehow, maybe based on my orientation or understanding, that in that moment, when you or cheat to be in that moment, or feel that remorse, or try that the conscience is active. For people who don't feel the remorse, people who have multiple, what do you call them, side hens and chicks. Well, side chicks, not the hens.
Like our man who sat in bed and slept off before finally going home. Apostle, if your wife cheated and then she came to me and she says she's sorry,
forgive, that is, to her is a human. Watch this. I'm telling you, you see, some of us have a lot of experiences with the basing of people that related. What made you to cheat?
Okay.
That's where I will look at.
What?
There's an issue that I saw last 3 months or whatever, that somebody's wife cheated. And the family, the guy's sisters are wild. It was like the last one. So I was telling her, I must be your last one. Maybe when you see my sister, they will fight you. My sisters want to select the kind of ladies you go out with.
Wow.
But listen. So we're talking back, and the guy made a statement saying, it's a fantasy. I'm crying, when you can't come into me, the bridge, don't try to number him quickly. Yeah, that is what it was. Even he doesn't, it's not like the person chopped one. So it's like, he's a master, he's the one always on this. So forget about everything and let's go.
And let's go home.
I applauded for the guy.
Okay.
Because everybody will say, and the Bible said, if you quote, when a man cheats, or that stands for divorce. So many issues people go to scriptures or scriptures. But the guy came out and said, listen, I'm in Kofi.
I see, Apostle, that's interesting. But we've gone to my.
But that is him, no?
Okay.
But me, maybe
But guys, we're getting to my favorite part of this show. Look into my eyes. I don't want to base this off of just a story that we've heard today. I just want us to give a word of advice to anybody that might be in a similar condition. Might have seen your wife cheating, might have seen your husband cheating. Please lay a short piece of advice for them. Let me start with Abba.
I would say that when you first find out that your partner is cheating, take a minute, think about it. After you are done thinking about it, if you know that divorce is not an option, try not to bring in too many family members. Because at the end of the day, when everything is sorted out and you forgive your partner, your family will never forgive your partner.
Yeah.
Your family would never. They will hold that against your partner for as long as he or she lives. So take a minute, think through, and know whether you would want to stay and work things out or you would want to walk out. And please, don't be over-trusting. When someone cheats and you find out and it crushes you, it's mostly the trust that was broken that makes you crash. Don't over-trust. Anybody at all can cheat. Anybody can disappoint.
At all can
anybody. And it doesn't matter their position, it doesn't matter who they are in the society, it doesn't matter. And it will even shock you more that someone that you may hold in so high esteem will go for somebody that
Abba has extinguished the fire.
Where's
NASA? But now I'm coming to you. A short piece of advice to anybody that might be in the same situation.
All I can say is remorse is king in every situation. For people who feel the pain of causing you pain and are remorseful, the best you could do is to forgive. And for you that thinks about cheating, always remember the impact of the action that you take. Because without an action, there's nothing like a reaction. So anybody who gets angered because you've cheated on them, or who mistrust you because you've done it before and you said you changed and all that, it's because you've caused an action. Not you see, I can cast some we can be said bibi anko kan papa enje credit. And so enfa bibi anko kan papa e ma enje credit. If you don't want to live with that regret for the rest of your life, don't do that. So learn to forgive, that is king. 2, for those who are not yet married, it's always my concern. Know the person you are going with before you jump into that marriage. Understand the personality you are going for. Obi wa naturally no, senya osofo kan or ye truthful. And now uno so crowd there orange Quebec say a black. You see, so you see some of these red flags in the beginning's face, and then you think, oh, it's okay. One of them, you're working with the person talks about the big ass and all that, and you know very well you don't have big ass. It is not a fantasy. It is not just an assumption. When the person is speaking, listen, become a listener than you just move with the flow. And so let's learn to listen. Let's learn to see the red flags when they exist and not blame other people. And let's live intentionally. That's all I can say.
Also, 80 time no but.
Well, okay. Finally, I want to about even the story I read.
Yes.
The mistake that a lady did was to go to her friend's house because, and her actions in the house or towards the husband was the influence of the friends. If the lady went to the parents could tell her, hey, go back, and so what? Watch it into them, go back. But the friend and the one who is destroying her marriage is a friend. Be careful. Don't introduce friends in the relationship. Because the man that you are going on, somebody is eyeing him seriously. What you think you are enjoying, somebody wants it. And he can tell you so many things, then you say, oh no, let him go. It happens to, guys, this guy, let me tell you. Oh, my God gives me this. My God, maybe God doesn't even give
I always say this, if you really want to learn the lessons of life, watch that movie, Kumasi Yonko.
Yeah.
Yes.
That movie will really teach you.
Yes. My God doesn't mean maybe the God doesn't kiss anything.
Anything, yes.
Yeah. And he gives me, I'm giving you 200 and you say, hey. You understand?
Yeah.
So we should be careful. Don't disclose whatever that is going on in your relationship with your friends. Your friends are not they should clear them off. Come on.
You heard what Apostle said. Your friends near your marriage, they will like clear them off. But guys, this is where we draw the curtains on tonight's show. But before I go, Betway says you can win up to 1 million Ghana cedis at jackpot. So what are you waiting for? Log in today and take your spin. All thanks to Betway. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Remember, all of your bettings are regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Remember to bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more. So guys, please do not forget to do the donations on the Mayiko platform to help us spread the word about the Cross It Out campaign. We have come to the end of today's show, and it wouldn't have been possible without Telesil Ghana, Betway, and Nax Calabash and Cocktail. To our crew backstage, we say a big thank you for your efforts in making this a success. To all of our guests, Abba, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Nana, you already know how we did. Apostle, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate your advice and your inputs. But guys, my name still remains Yabita, and I'll see you same time next week. Bye.
Mando. Daddy, I feel I'm in Della Papa. You can't survive a day without me. I mean, you send me back to me, but